Hey folks, Brian, we got to play RQG tonight. The party took a little hiatus in furthest at the Slira Temple and did some excursions out to various other temples in the city in order to recuperate their rune points. The last of which was Lestria with the Knowledge Temple on the last day of Earth season. And then they decide that they're going to go ahead and head back to the keep. It's been 2.5, maybe 3 weeks since they left. Things are going to change, right? Which reminds me, I forgot to pull open. Oh, got some stuff I need to quote out that happened. So while they were doing downtime, Illustria did some of her knowledge rune magics on the Ouroboros on, okay, what is this thing? What's its history? That kind of deal. And so they also got translation on the messages that were in the wooden cylinder that they found. But I used ChatGPT to come up with the history on this item, and it came up with something that was really very interesting, and it seemed to fit the descriptions. I fed it plenty of prompts, so it came up with a pretty decent thing, which is kind of cool. And then I had asked it for a prophecy of the Hero Wars, because I'm still using random encounters from the companion, because we don't have anything that gives random encounters. And it turned to be one of these special ones, and it was a prophecy. And obviously, it was written, well before the Dragon Rise, so the prophecy was about the Dragon Rise and Argrath and stuff. That's already happened. I need something new. And it came with this really cool thing about how the Empire will not fall by spear or spell, but by forgetting which god it serves. When the 7 become 8, and then none, the red goddess shall look inward and find only masks. From the west shall come law without mercy, and from the east fire without memory. Between them stands the middle, cracked like a shield struck too often. Beware the crown that is not worn, the battle not fought, and the victory that sings. Now it's just, it gave me like 8 verses, and I just grabbed these 3 because I liked them. And so as they're leaving, it's not Batira, something like that. The high priestess of the Islira temple has a vision. She spits this out as they're leaving. So it was kind of a fun little way to get things started. Oh, by the way, that's all in the live play if you like watching that or listening to that kind of stuff. Or watching because we got our maps up and stuff's happening. But anyway, so they get the loan of a loon. They go up to the city, and there's a random encounter in Old Cordros, and I had run a handful of them because this is snakes, right? So there's these 3 snakes. I kind of put them in the woods after they get to the upper part of the city, and just randomly having people make luck rolls until people who are unlucky are the ones that get attacked. Then make a scan roll to see if they notice something in the bushes as they're walking by, and they don't, so they attack. One of them actually attacked the cat, and so there's a little beat down. It's got more theater of the mind than actual tactical on it pads because it's just the 3 snakes. Now they have some hit points, which is kind of odd, but one was like a size 6. That's a huge snake, right? And but they end up knocking it down. The cat got bit once, but for 0 hit points, so I didn't inject it with any poison. And that was pretty much it. It took a couple rounds just to beat him down. It's kind of a nuisance encounter kind of deal. So they get up They go in the tower, or they go running down the stairs. Don't worry. They go down the stairs right into an ambush from four brew, two with clubs and shields, and two with javelins. You me like this, sticking the throat. And these two guys with javelins are just throwing crits left and right. I must have rolled like 3 or 4 crits. And there was a surprise round. Josh Day was the only one who made a listen roll and heard something. Okay, so he's not surprised when these guys jump out. So they come down the stairs, light into the darkness, and they attack. Javelin, 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 javelin. So the javelin guys are throwing javelins every round for like 3 or 4 rounds. The two warrior brew banging on people with their clubs, and a crit to the back, a crit to the leg, a crit to the abdomen. We were putting people down. It looked really, really bad to begin with. But they were able to eventually work their way around to where, um, there was also the ghost. That's right. There's a ghost here, right? Remember last time? There is a ghost bound to this spot. So he appeared, and Miriam did the whole distraction thing and threw up glamour and summoned her fetch, so she's got all of her power right there, and did like 18 magic points. Well, she got a special, and then it failed on the first round of spirit magic. So that knocked it has 19 powers. So knocked down to 1, and then the next round they had spirit combat. They were both successful. They both do damage to each other, and it goes. But then there's a lot of combat going on. The clubs didn't. Clubs they got. Well, it's true. Garuf got hit in the chest with a club. Um, that put him down, and Miriam got hit in the abdomen, I think, with a club, put her down. So they burned a ton of magic points in this encounter. No rune points, but a lot of magic points. Eventually took one of the warriors out, and Jashteko's got back up and got a critical hit on the guy, the warrior two's right arm, and amputated it. Took it right off. And once warrior one went down, the javelin throwers go, okay, let's get out of here. Let's get some help. All right, so they take off. So it's a shame attempt. These two guys are running. Okay, we're gonna finish this last guy. So they finish the last guy off. They do a bunch of healing. They extract the javelin from Destapoli's leg, and at that point realized, oh shoot, that crit to the back and the crit to the abdomen, those have javelins stuck in them. People should have been taking damage. It is what it is. Anyway, so they do some first aid, they do some magical healing, they get everybody positive, and that's kind of where we called it for the night. We'll see how things go when we get back together. Happy gaming.